Fleur De Jouvence. It is not just a facial, it is also a skincare treatment and or non-surgical face lift. As with any facial, the first thing which is very important is the cleansing. We will start with the exfoliating cleanser. This cleans the skin of any dead cells and any dirt that you may have collected on the way. Start at the base of the neck and dot the skin evenly with the cleanser. Then using the tips of your fingers, start at the base of the neck, move in upwards and outwards direction, making sure that you apply least amount of pressure to the skin. Make sure to clean behind the ears because the pack is also going to be applied there and you want the skin there to be clean of any chemicals or dirt. Most cleansing routines require anywhere from 5 minutes to 30 minutes, but in our facial you need to do it only for a little under a minute to get all the dirt off from the skin. If you find the cleanser getting dry, just wet your hands, the tips of your fingers with a little water and continue the massage. This cleanser is non-greasy and pH balanced, so it matches your skin type, any skin type very well. This finishes the first part. Now what you have to do is with a damp sponge, just get rid of all the cleanser from the skin. If you are doing this at home, you can rinse out your face at the basin, making sure that you do not use any soap, just water. The next step after taking the cleanser off the face is the mixing of your mask. The mixing of the mask involves two ingredients. One is the facial contour mask powder and the other is the aloe activator. Normally you need various types of masks for different types of skin, but with the Aloe Fleur De Jouvence you need just one mask powder and one activator. The trick basically is in the mixing of the two, the proportions. For normal skin, you use 1 scoop of mask powder and the same 1 scoop of activator. If the skin is dry, or if for aging skin, which is normally a little drier than younger skin, you use 1 scoop of mask powder and 1.5 scoop of the activator. For oily skin, the reverse, 1.5 scoop of mask powder and 1 scoop of activator. Start with the mask powder. One level scoop. In this little mixing bowl, which is also provided in the kit, 1 scoop of activator. Mix the two with the back end of the spoon, making sure that your mixture is as little lumpy as possible. It has to be a smooth, even mixture. The consistency of the mask should be slightly watery, the 1:1 mask. The mask for oily skin will be slightly thicker, and the mask for dry skin will be slightly thinner than this. Now sit in a position which you will be sitting for in the next half an hour. Because now once I apply the mask, don't stretch your skin, don't smile, because that will tend to crack the mask, and then that will mean uneven firming. Now we will start the application of mask. Be careful to watch the strokes very closely, because it is the strokes which will determine how effective your mask is. Starting at the base of the neck, take 1 single stroke upwards to the point of the chin. All other strokes will be one beside the other. Never put one stroke over another. Don't ever go over an area. The last stroke goes and tucks behind the ear. The next set of strokes starts at the point of the chin, moves along the jawline, and then again tucked behind the ear. These are the strokes that stimulate the non-surgical facelift. All other strokes from the center towards the ear. Do not put any mask on the delicate, sensitive under eye area, as we do not want to stretch the skin unnecessarily. If the forehead is broad, start with a single stroke upwards and continue with upward strokes. If the forehead is medium or narrow, single stroke upwards and then all other strokes end at the temple. The only stroke which is downward in this facial starts between the brows and ends at the tip of the nose. Most people face a problem of blackheads or whiteheads on the nose, which is normally removed with the help of an instrument called the blackhead remover. tends to cause a little bit of pain. But here we have a painless blackhead removal system that involves a sheet of butter paper cut into the shape of the nose in the general shape, and when the mask is wet on the nose, just apply it. Press down firmly so that there is as less air bubbles between the mask, between the butter paper and the skin. Follow it up with a coat of mask. And one more sheet of butter paper. If you feel that the blackheads are stubborn, you can use a third sheet of butter paper, otherwise 2 suffices. No matter the amount of sheets you use, always end up with a layer of mask. Most blackheads and whiteheads tend to occur at the tip of the nose, so what you can do is press down the middle of the butter paper with the brush and gently pinch both sides of the butter paper. This way the butter paper stays down on the nose to take care of the blackheads that occur there. Remain in this position for about half an hour till the mask dries completely, and more importantly, the butter paper patch. The pack is now dried after half an hour, and if you look closely, you will see how it has dried. It has dried in the way I have given the strokes. So as I mentioned earlier, the strokes are very important. Now what we do is gently break up the pack with a damp sponge. Taking care not to touch the nose butter paper. After breaking up the pack, remove the butter paper very gently. Place your fingers at the corner of the butter paper and gently lift upwards. If you notice, if you hold it at eye level, you will see that the blackheads or whiteheads just come up on the butter paper. Now what you can do is just go and rinse your face in the basin. Don't use any soap. It is very simple, as you see. What you can do is follow a daily skincare routine. When you wake up in the morning, use the cleanser, then the toner and the firming foundation. After you come back at night, what you can do is again use the cleanser, the toner and the other little black box that is in your kit called the Recovering Night Cream. Now this Recovering Night Cream is rich with all the vitamins and minerals that your skin needs. And it's basically in the night that your body repairs itself, including your skin. Therefore, the Recovering Night Cream will actually help your skin to get a very youthful glow back. And I can promise you, if you follow these steps religiously, your skin will have a much more improved look by the end of the day. The next step after removing the mask is the toner. The toning of the skin after the facial is important because it tightens any open pores. At the same time, it will remove any mask that you may have inadvertently left behind. Use a little bit of toner on the cotton and move in upward-outward direction, very similar to that of the cleanser and the application of the mask. final step is that of the firming foundation lotion. Shake a little bit. Take very little on the back of your hand. And evenly dab the entire face and neck with the firming foundation. Massage in gentle upward and outward direction. Use your ring finger and apply a little bit of the firming foundation lotion gently over the eyes and the under eye area. Continue massaging till the firming foundation lotion completely disappears from the surface of the skin. Now, I'd like you to take a look at yourself and tell me how you feel.
Yeah, it's very nice.
How do you feel? What is the feeling you get?
I mean, the glow is there, but maybe sometimes
The glow will remain. The glow will remain, I can guarantee you that.
what we're doing here today is a facial, which is a facial with a difference. It is called the sandwich facial for the simple reason that as you make sandwiches, you put a lot of layers onto the bread. So here we put a lot of layers onto the skin with lots and lots of cream. So that's the reason why we call it the sandwich facial. The skin, as your skin is your base, is, you can say, is your bread, and with giving it a lot of nutrients that the skin needs, you tend to replenish and get your skin into a very good condition. You can do this every day, you can do it whenever you want, you can do it once a month. It's like a special treat that you can give yourself. What we always start with, like any facial, is of course first and foremost your exfoliating cleanser. Now we have an excellent kit which I'm sure you've all heard about, is the Aloe Fleur De Jouvence kit. It is like a non-surgical facelift, consists of an exfoliating cleanser, a toner, aloe activator, and your firming foundation lotion. You also have contour face mask powder, and of course the recovering night cream. Everything is in it, so you don't really need to pick up anything. You have even your little brush, you have a little mixer, a little plate, and of course a little spoon. So nothing needs to be got from other than the kit. Now we're not going to do this facial today. What I said was we're going to do a special facial, which is sandwich facial, and for that we are going to start with the exfoliating cleanser. This is all based aloe vera. All the products are based aloe vera, and this is the kind of amount of exfoliating cleanser that you need to take. And always start with cleaning the face first. Exfoliating cleanser, because it has light exfoliators, we don't need too much of the product. So what we're going to do is just put this much onto it, and you start exfoliating. Always be very gentle to your face. So you're going to start exfoliating very gently, outward and upward. On the face, on the nose, it's always downward. Be very gentle to your skin always, and exfoliate lightly. The exfoliators in it are going to lift off all the dirt and all the pollutants from the environment also. So you have pollution that's going on everywhere. Every day when you go out, you find yourself coming home, and then if you even use a tissue, you would realize that you have a lot of black residue sitting on your tissue, right? So that's when you need to exfoliate your face and keep it absolutely clean. Aloe vera has a lot of nutrients, so as you're exfoliating, you'd also realize that it has a lot of nutritive properties in it. And try and use everything that's disposable. What I'm doing here is just taking plain cotton wool and wiping the cleanser off. It needs to be washed off. So wipe it off first and then wash it off well. See that your skin is absolutely clean. This is one facial that can be done on all kinds of skins: oily skins, dry skins, problematic skins, normal skins. So anytime you can just do this facial, yeah. And of course, I'm wiping it once more before I wash it off. If you realize, even when you're wiping it off, you should always go along the strokes of your skin. Always out and up. Keep doing it in that direction. In the long run, you will always have better skin. Don't expect miracles to happen. The skin takes 28 days to rejuvenate. So you must be on a continual process of using good nutrients and creams on your skin. Nourishment. What you eat is what you are. So what you give your skin is what you are going to land up with on your face and on your body. What I have done is I have just wiped it, washed it off using a sponge now. Alright, now just dab it very lightly with a tissue. And your face is now ready for the sandwich layers to come on, all your toppings. What we start with first is our aloe vera jelly. This is plain aloe vera in a tube. This is essentially identical to the plant. It couldn't get better than this. You can even use this for cuts, burns, any stings or anything coming on. What I'm going to do now is take just 5 drops. Always take your ingredients like this. Always take your creams like this. And 5 drops is what I'm going to put on the face first. Don't worry, need a little more. Just open the tube again, take a little bit out, and 5 drops is what you basically need for the start. Alright? Go with it step by step and you realize that you get the benefit step by step. And what you start with doing is just a light massage first. Right? You're doing a light massage. Notice I'm only doing it with my fingertips. So you're doing a very light massage onto the face. Be as gentle to your face. I keep re-emphasizing that. And all you're doing is aloe vera penetration is tremendous. So you're giving it all the goodness. Aloe vera in fact penetrates into the skin 4 times quicker than water. So your penetration is tremendous with aloe vera. The pH balance of aloe vera is similar to your skin, so it's like 4.55. So the adaptability and the adaptogenic properties are also tremendous for the simple reason that it is very much like us. our skin accepts it tremendously as 100%. So it tends to be hypoallergenic. Anything that your skin does not like, you tend to get an allergy with. But aloe vera is known to have hypoallergenic, it's like total adaptogenic properties with your skin. So use it not only with the facial, you can use this on a regular basis. Just before you go to sleep, put some jelly at night and you would realize a big difference onto your skin. Now once this is done, what I have first used is a base jelly. Now I have lightly massaged it. Now after this I would start and take the aloe propolis cream. The aloe propolis cream, again 5 drops. I'm just taking some onto this, which is an approximate 5 drops. This is the aloe propolis cream and this is your approximate 5 drops of the aloe propolis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how you put it. Start from here and then start working around the neck. Yeah, and the aloe propolis cream basically is a cream which has the best, we call it, of both worlds, aloe vera and your beehive products. The beehive products have a lot of nutrients in it also, and of that the propolis is known to be like a natural antibiotic. When you see a beehive, you see the crusty formation outside, that is your propolis. That is what in fact keeps your beehive totally sterile. So what we're giving our skin is a natural antibiotic. Yeah, you've all heard of antibiotics. This one is 100% natural. The beehive is natural, so that's your propolis from the beehive. And it also helps for a lot of problems on the skin. Maybe, you know, if you have some pimples or acne, or even for psoriasis, it kind of works like a natural antibiotic, so you'll end up benefiting with the cream in totality. You can also use this on a regular basis, but in our sandwich facial at the moment, what we have is the jelly first, of course the cleanser first, then the jelly, and now what we've done is put the aloe propolis cream on. You can massage this to any amount of time, but today, as we're just doing a demonstration, it's not a regular facial. People with parlors, you can massage this on for a longer period of time, and depends on how long you want your clients to enjoy your massage. But here, since we're doing a demonstration, I'm not going to be massaging for a tremendous amount of time. This is just to show you that how the entire facial is done. Now what we're going to do is take another 1 rupee coin of the jelly. Okay, that's a 1 rupee coin amount, and we're going to put that on 5 places again, and again massage. So you realize you've got a club sandwich here, you've got a jelly, a propolis, and again jelly coming on. This is a very interesting facial. People come to parlors and they want lots and lots of massage. Well, you can actually give them this. You can give them plenty of massage. We also have something called the alpha E factor, which is pure vitamin E, yeah, and vitamin A, which are all both very good for the skin. You can also put on a couple of drops of the alpha E factor if you'd like. So there's nothing stopping you in putting anything onto the skin. What I have done now is put the jelly. Don't forget the eye area. Be very light with the eyes. Always use the ring finger with the eye. So what I'm doing is just a very, very light massage onto the eye. And aging. This is an option. the R3 factor. The R3 factor stands for R3, which is retain, restore and renew. It retains the moisture in the skin, it restores, it's retaining the moisture, it's restoring the resiliency in the skin, and it's continually renewing the skin at all times. Now, this is one cream which also is very, very good for any hyperpigmentation area. So you can use that at night. Use it at night with the jelly on a regular basis. And of course, you can also take some of the cream. What I'm going to do is take some of the cream and put it on onto the skin. This is an anti-aging cream, so generally it should be used by people that are slightly older. Don't use it on teenagers because they really don't need it at that time. Even if they just use aloe vera and things like that, they would definitely benefit. But the R3 you can use for people who are a little older. It has your alpha hydroxy acids also, AHA, which are again all fruit acids, so they're 100% natural. And also it's going to help with anti-aging. Can I put that on your lips? Sorry. So it's going to help with anti-aging. So it even helps with fine lines, wrinkles and aging lines. So it kind of gets your skin back to a younger look. Yeah, so that's going to help tremendously. What I'm doing is again massaging. Remember, I'm not showing you too much of a massage, but you can go ahead and get yourself massaged as much as you want, or you can give your clients massage as much as they want. So you can really, really, really pamper yourself with this sandwich facial. Alright, this is done at the moment. Again, what you need is your aloe vera jelly. So again, a 1 rupee coin of aloe vera jelly. This requires a lot of jelly, but that jelly penetrates so fast. You realize how much I have used, and it keeps on penetrating into the skin. This is a 1 rupee amount. So again, I'm putting that on all the areas. You realize that this is a little more because it is a 1 rupee amount. The rest of it was 5 drops, but this is a 1 rupee amount. So obviously there's a lot of jelly on the face. Now at this stage, if you'd like, you can also take a little bit of ice, just 1 cube of ice, just roll your hand onto the ice, or just put your hand into a little bit of very cold water, and you can also massage along with that, so that feels even better onto the skin. And so you're going to have all your areas covered. You can go down. I'm not going down over here. I'm just showing you that you can go around onto the shoulders, onto the neck, and you can go around there also. You can really pamper your skin however you want with this sandwich facial. Now, you've understood the base steps of the sandwich facial. Now what we're going to do is, there is something very, very special with it. Okay, we tend to use 3 base lotions. Now 3 base lotions are your aloe first, the aloe first. You also have the toner, which comes along with the facial kit, so that's your dehydrating toner. Or you can also use the aloe activator. There is a small bottle which comes along with the facial kit. I've taken it out of that, but you also get another bottle which is a similar size if you buy it separate. So don't worry if your small little bottle finishes with the facial kit, you can always pick up a larger one which is this size, but this is the toner and this is the aloe activator. these are the 3 base lotions which we are going to use with the gauze now. Now let me first explain to you what these are, right? The Aloe First is mainly for even problematic skins. If you read the contents on the product, if you read the ingredients on the product, it would show you that it has a lot of extra herbs in it. Yes, it has special things that are put in for even problematic skins, like, you know, herbs are good for the skin. So if you have sandalwood and passion flower and chamomile and comfrey and certain things, all these are going to complement your skin. It's even very good for allergies. See, even people who wear, you know, jewelry and then get allergic to it can just tend to spray a little bit. Just open the nozzle and spray, right? And you can just spray it direct. It's very good for the hair. So even after your shampooing and conditioning, if you spray this Aloe First just onto your scalp and just run your fingers along it, it even helps with problems from the sun, and it helps with your hair staying extremely well. So this is something that's very good. It can be used with problematic skin, and just put onto the gauze, and we're going to put it on. This is the rehydrating toner. This is toner is always meant for a little oilier skin, but when you're using the toner and the cleanser on a normal basis, please use it on a normal basis, because when you're exfoliating your skin, you're cleansing your skin, you need to close the pores with the toner. So just splash some toner on yourself every day. But when we're putting it onto the skin as a pack kind, you'll see what I do. So if you're putting it with the gauze or with a muslin cloth or with a facial cloth, all you need to do is put on some drops of the rehydrating toner and put it onto the face. That's for oily skin. If you have a normal kind of skin or a dry kind of skin, what you need to use is more nourishment. So this is pure aloe vera and in the liquid form, absolute plain aloe vera. We call this the aloe activator, and it is absolutely like water. It is not water, and you can even use this onto certain areas where you've got cuts and burns and whatever. But this also can be put on and just left for extra revitalization of the skin. Alright, now I'm going to take some gauze and get back to you on this, yeah, because that's how we're going to do that. What we have here is a gauze base. You can also use muslin or a facial cloth which already has holes, or just make the holes. What we have done here is just cut hole, one for the eye and a little bit for the nose. And what we're going to use on her skin, since she has a couple of areas that look a little problematic, what we're going to use is the Aloe First. So just take the gauze, spray it with Aloe First, see that it is totally wet. Yeah, and once you have sprayed it with the Aloe First, just do this lightly, so you know that it is 100% full of Aloe First. Yeah, you realize the feel of the cloth. And what I want you to now do is just take the cloth and put it around the face. Put it so that it sticks around the entire face. Don't worry if there are certain areas that you can always make yourself more comfortable. Yeah, I'm not going to put it makeup area around the lips, because when you're having a facial you don't tend to talk, so you're not supposed to talk. Now just put it all around the face so that all the areas are covered, and leave it on for 20 minutes or until it is totally dry. Yes, so we're going to take a little break here and see what happens after 20 minutes of leaving this on. See that the nose and everything is covered. See that every little area of the face gets your aloe vera as nutrition. And don't forget the eyes. What we're doing here is taking two little pieces of cotton, and I'm not going to put any water on it, but what we would put is, you can either just put the same aloe first, or you can put just the toner, or you can put the activator. Yeah, right? So what I'm going to do here is just take some of the aloe first and put it on and leave it onto the eyes, so you get a lot of cooling on the area too. Okay, so this is how you tend to relax with your aloe vera, and leave it 20 minutes. Alright, now we have had this on, so this is after 20 minutes, right? She's been sitting very comfortably. I think she's gone off to sleep, but I'm going to have to wake her up now because it's so relaxing. Are you awake now? Are you feeling relaxed?
Very.
Had you gone to sleep? Oh yes, yes, of course.
Very
Yeah.
relaxed.
Alright, so that's how relaxing this is. Now we're going to take off the eye area first. And mind you, everything that has gone onto the skin is all nutrition. So do we really need to take it off? No. So what I'm going to do is slowly and very comfortably lift this off. And mind you, just throw it away. We tend to use everything that's disposable. Throw it away, and all you can do is very lightly just wipe this off with water, yeah, so that it just gets a little damp feeling back, right? So what we're doing is very lightly just wiping it with water. If you would like, there is something called the marine mask that we have, the Forever Marine Mask. You can also put the marine mask on after this, but it hasn't yet come into India. The minute it does, if you are abroad, you can pick it up from abroad, and then you can use the marine mask onto this and then wash it off. So that gives you an extra mask. But at the moment, we haven't yet got the marine mask here. Believe me, once we have the marine mask in India, I'm sure all of you would tend to use it. And that is your total facial as complete. On this, if you are going out or whatever, if you want to put an additional cream, you can use the firming foundation lotion. You need very, very little of it. So I'm just going to take a couple of drops of the firming foundation lotion. That's all you need. And again, put it, remember our 5 areas. If it goes onto the lips, don't worry. You don't need to worry. And put it very lightly onto the skin. Extremely light. The lighter you are with your face, the less wrinkles you would tend to make in the long run. Be very, very delicate. There's so many harsh elements outside that you really don't need to get harsh with your face yourself. Those are anyway harming you continually. What I mean are the free radicals, the smoke, the pollutants, everything that is around. Okay. So on this firming foundation lotion itself, you're well aware we have our Sonia makeup, which is again a makeup with a difference. It's all 100% natural. So on this firming foundation lotion itself, you can apply the makeup and go out for a party or whatever you'd like. Yes. So this is not a kind of facial where, in spite of so much of massaging, in spite of so many creams going on, it's not really greasy or anything of the kind. Does it look greasy? Are you feeling greasy?
No,
Not at all, right? I think I've left a little bit of tissue here. So I'll take that off. Yeah? But you're not feeling greasy, like?
No,
All
feeling
right.
very relaxed.
Yeah. And?
Fresh.
Fresh. And is your skin tingling? Is it feeling good? Is it feeling vibrant?
Tingling sensations.
Yeah?
and
So it's
fresh.
because aloes, it's penetrating, yeah? So it
I
tells
can
you it's
feel
penetrating.
the penetration going on.
Oh, that's great.
Hello everyone, summer's here and we're all dressing lighter and showing more skin. That's why now is the perfect time to talk about the Aloe Body Toning Kit. Because if you're like me, losing a couple inches here and there really can boost your confidence when you're going out in summer clothes. The toning kit can make your skin look firmer and tighter, but only if you use it correctly. Tonight we'll go through the process step by step. Along the way, I'll explain the reasons for doing each step and I'll highlight some specific selling features. When we're done, you'll know how to get the most out of the amazing product and you'll be able to show your customers how to use it. Begin by thoroughly cleansing the skin using the Aloe Bath Gelée and Loofah Mitt. The exfoliating action of the loofah will help stimulate your skin. You may also want to cleanse your skin with this after your treatment. Start massaging with a vertical motion, then horizontally, and finally in a circular motion. Always massage in an upward motion towards the heart. Before applying the toner, put a layer of aloe activator on the area to be treated. This layer of aloe activator will enhance the conditioning properties of the toner. The next step is to measure the area to be toned. Now this is crucial. Measuring the skin both before and after the treatment allows you to instantly see the results. And if your customers can see quantifiable results, they'll be committed to using the product. To measure the skin, you'll need a felt tip pen and a tape measure. Mark the area to be toned in 3 places. Then take the measurements of all 3 marks and write them down. Add the measurements together to get a total. After the toning treatment, measure the marked areas again and compare the before and after totals. This will give you quantifiable proof that the system works and actually reduces inches. Now it's time to apply the Aloe Body Toner. Before making a total application, it's important to test for allergic reactions by applying the toner to a small area of the skin. The Aloe Body Toner's warming and stimulating effect on the skin is in direct proportion to the amount applied. The thicker you apply, the greater amount of heat generated. Smooth the product generously on the area to be toned. Then wash your hands immediately. You may wonder, or a customer may ask, what gives the toner its stimulating and heat-generating properties? How does it work? Well, the answer lies in the unique ingredients. First and foremost, it contains stabilized aloe vera. The aloe vera is combined with a variety of European herbal extracts to make the Aloe Body Toner one of a kind. These extracts include ivy extract, spirea extract, which contains a stimulating oil similar to wintergreen, and clematis extract, also known as old man's beard extract, which is used in organic cosmetics. There's also bladderwrack extract and horsetail extract. Now, horsetail extract is a very popular extract used. It helps with water retention and is rich in minerals. It also cleans and nourishes the skin by eliminating excess oils and aiding in the calcium absorption. The unique smell of the toner can be attributed to the cinnamon oil it contains. The cinnamon oil and another ingredient, capsicum, produce the heating effect of the toner. The heat stimulates the muscles and encourages the skin to excrete moisture and fatty tissue. Now that you've applied the toner, the next step is to wrap the area in plastic film. The wrap helps the toner penetrate the skin and aids in the elimination of excess fluid. However, it's recommended you don't use the wrap on the lower arms, lower legs, or chest area. The first layer of the wrap should be applied loosely on the skin, always in an upward motion towards the heart. Once the area is fully covered, apply a second layer, but this time stretch the film so it fits snugly. If it becomes too tight or it tingles, simply snip it with scissors and try again. Leave the film on for 1 hour while you relax in a feet-elevated position. It's important that you do not fall asleep during this hour, so apply the toner when watching your favorite TV program or reading a book or the paper. When the hour is up, cut the film off with scissors and discard it. Don't reuse it. Now remeasure the same areas you did earlier. Add up the 3 measurements and subtract this total from the total measured before the treatment. The difference represents the overall inch loss. It's recommended that you apply the wrapping 2 or 3 times the first week, decreasing the frequency in following weeks, depending on your needs. Now it's time to move to the body conditioning cream. This rich cream is designed to be used on areas that are not wrapped during the toning process. If, for instance, you wrapped your upper arm and upper leg and thigh, I would suggest applying the conditioning cream to the lower arm and lower leg. You may be wondering what makes this cream different from our other moisturizers like the Aloe Moisturizing Lotion. Well, the conditioning cream contains the same unique extracts as the toner to stimulate circulation and break up trapped fluids in fatty tissue. In addition, the cream contains ginger oil and Zedori oil, which has long been used as a stimulant in folk medicine. Use the conditioning cream between toning sessions as a maintenance cream to enjoy the full benefits of the Aloe toning system. This concludes our training on the Aloe Body Toning Kit.